Nobody's buying these Harleys. But here's the twist, that might be exactly why you should. Every Harley rider dreams of scoring a deal. But what if I told you there are bikes sitting untouched in showrooms, quietly dropping in price so fast it almost feels wrong? Why aren't they selling? Is it bad press, a marketing flop? Or are riders just sleeping on some serious value? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'm breaking down the 7 Harley Davidson models that dealerships can't move, and how that could spell opportunity for smart riders like you. Starting with number 7, let's get into the bikes most riders are ignoring and why you probably shouldn't. Number 7, Harley Davidson Iron 1200. You'd think a Sportster with classic Harley lines, old school attitude, and a punchy 1,200cc Evolution engine would be flying off the lot. But here's the truth. The Iron 1200 has been slipping under the radar and fast. Sales have dropped off, and for most people, it's become a what-is-it bike. Not entry-level enough for beginners, not big and bold enough for the heavyweight crowd. It sits awkwardly in the middle, a bike without a tribe. But maybe that's exactly why it deserves a second look. See, while everyone's chasing bigger frames and higher price tags, the Iron 1200 is quietly delivering that true Harley rumble, raw and simple, with just enough torque to keep your grin locked in place. It's not trying to be flashy, it's not packed with tech, it's stripped down, no BS muscle. And for riders who want real Harley power without coughing up Softail money, that's gold. Here's the twist though, and it's a big one. Harley might actually shelve the Iron line soon. Word on the street says they're refocusing on production, possibly cutting what they see as in-between bikes that don't fit the new brand direction. But you know what happens when a solid Harley gets pulled from production? Prices shoot up. This could be your last chance to grab a piece of real-deal Harley history before collectors and flippers turn it into a high-demand sleeper. This is a sleeper pick. If Harley shelves the Iron line, prices might rebound fast. You might just be sitting on a future classic and not even know it yet. That might sound like a steal, but wait until you see the next Harley that disappeared without a sound. This one's quietly becoming a collector's secret. Number 6, Harley Lowrider ST 2022 model specifically. When this bike dropped, it hit like a storm. People were calling it the spiritual successor to the FXRT. It had the West Coast Club style, that aggressive fairing, and Harley's big boy, the Milwaukee 8 117, tucked inside. The hype wasn't just real, it was feral. Every custom builder had one. Instagram was flooded. It looked like Harley had finally cracked the code. A performance cruiser that still nodded to its roots, but then it kind of just fizzled. And not because the bike isn't great, it is actually. It rides like a dream. It's fast, it's tight in the corners, and the throttle response is straight up addictive. But the expectations, they were massive. People thought they were getting a stripped-down road glide, a mini bagger that could tour on Monday and rip through the canyons on Sunday. What they got was a niche setup, limited storage, no passenger accommodations without mods, a tight, solo-focused ride that left more casual buyers wondering, what do I actually do with this? The bike didn't have a clear role, it wasn't fully built for touring, and it wasn't quite a street ripper either. And that left many riders unsure and hesitant to commit. But here's the thing, while others hesitated, the smart buyers were watching. All that confusion and the drop in demand have created a rare opportunity in the Harley market. Right now, 2022 lowrider STs, barely broken in, are showing up at dealers and in classifieds thousands below MSRP. Some are even priced lower than new Softails, and that's insane considering what you're getting under the hood. This is where opportunity lives. Buy it while the hype's cooled off. Ride it, enjoy it. And when collectors realize it was a one-year design with massive sleeper potential, you might flip it for more than you paid. This isn't just a motorcycle, it's a window. And if Harley decides to mess with this model or cut it all together, the riders who grabbed it now will look like geniuses later. You thought that one was forgotten? This next Harley's actually hurting to look at because it might be the last of its kind. Number 5, Harley Street Rod 750. The Harley Street Rod 750 is a bike that most people forgot about as soon as it went on sale. It's no longer made, and to be honest, not many people miss it. But that's actually what makes it kind of interesting. This bike was part of Harley's big push to appeal to newer riders, to get fresh faces on smaller, more affordable machines. It had sporty geometry, decent torque, and a look that stood out from the classic chrome crowd. It even had a little urban aggression in its design. On paper, it should have worked, but in reality, it flopped hard. And why was that? It's simple. 8. Harley didn't know how to talk about it. The Street Rod 750 sat in a strange spot. It wasn't traditional enough for older riders, and it wasn't modern or refined enough to pull in the new school crowd that wanted tech and edge. New riders didn't get it, and veterans didn't want it. Harley's marketing team couldn't place it, dealers couldn't sell it, and eventually Harley gave up on it altogether. But here's the thing most people miss. Whenever Harley pulls the plug on a bike, that model starts drifting into rarity territory. The fewer of them on the road, the more curious they become, the more they stand out. Especially if they were a little weird to begin with. And right now, you can scoop up a Street Rod 750 for dirt cheap. Seriously, used listings are laughably low. We're talking well under $5,000 for bikes with low miles and good condition. So, yeah, it flopped. But that's the whole point. Discontinued bikes are rare, and rare bikes, they get attention. This might not be the Harley you brag about now, but 5 years from now, it might be the one everyone's trying to find. You don't have to love it, but you'd be smart to watch it. Because the bikes no one wanted, they're the ones collectors pay big for when everyone else finally wakes up. All right, let's talk about a bike that used to scream status, but now quietly sits in corners of dealership lots, waiting for someone with the courage to claim it. Number 4, Road Glide Ultra. The Road Glide Ultra. It's big, it's bold, it's built for the long haul. But it's also bulky. With its massive fairing, highway-focused setup and loaded touring features, this thing was designed to crush cross-country rides in comfort. It's a couch with a V-twin, and for a long time, that meant top-tier Harley prestige. But lately, newer buyers are steering clear. The Road Glide Ultra's high price and heavyweight frame have made it feel intimidating. It's not the kind of bike you hop on if you're just getting into the scene. And even experienced riders are leaning toward lighter, more aggressive machines like the Lowrider ST or even the Street Glide Special. It's a weird twist. One of Harley's top-tier touring machines has become a bit of a showroom ghost. And here's where it gets interesting. Used Road Glide Ultras, even ones just a few years old, are selling for thousands less than they were not long ago. Prices have dropped hard, and that means opportunity. If you don't mind the size and you love that big luxury touring life, this is Harley comfort at Honda prices. Cross-country capability for a fraction of the original tag. This thing's a monster. It's made for 1,000-mile weekends and long-haul glory. And right now, it's more accessible than it's ever been. The question is, do you have the backbone to ride it? Because one thing's for sure, you'll never get more Harley per dollar than you will with a used Road Glide Ultra right now. We're just getting started. Wait till you see which Harley legend is tanking in value. It's the last one you'd expect. Number 3, Harley Heritage Classic 114. This one hurts a little. We're talking about the Harley Davidson Heritage Classic 114. Chrome. Everywhere, leather saddlebags. That signature nostalgic silhouette that looks like it rolled straight out of an Americana postcard. This bike isn't just a ride, it's a time machine. A tribute to Harley's roots with the modern punch of the Milwaukee 8114 engine under the tank. But here's the sad truth, it's not getting the love it deserves. Younger riders look at the Heritage and see something old school. Their idea of a Harley is wrapped in blacked-out engines, fairings, and club-style performance, not white walls and leather tassels. Even among Harley fans, the spotlight is shifted. The trend now leans towards stripped-down, aggressive West Coast-style bikes, the kind that scream attitude over tradition. And that's left the heritage sitting quietly on showroom floors or collecting dust in resale listings. But that's exactly why smart buyers should pay attention. Because the Heritage Classic 114 is everything Harley used to be. Smooth, powerful, and effortlessly cool. And right now, it's shockingly affordable on the used market. We're talking major value on bikes that are only a few years old, barely broken in, and full of soul. It's timeless, but right now, it's also shockingly cheap. The resale dip won't last forever. And once the market realizes this is the last of Harley's classic icons, you're going to wish you grabbed one when you had the chance. This bike might not be trending on TikTok, but give it time, because classics never stay underrated forever. And here, we've got a bike that quietly disappeared and almost nobody noticed. Number 2, Harley Softail Deluxe. The Harley Davidson Softail Deluxe. It was recently pulled from the lineup without much fanfare. No big send-off, no press release buzz, just gone. And just like that, resale prices started dropping. But here's the thing, the Deluxe didn't fail because it was bad, far from it. This bike was all about clean, classic lines. It had that perfect retro feel with modern performance. White wall tires, long fenders, low seat, and just enough shine to make it stand out without trying too hard. But maybe that's the problem. In today's Harley world, everyone's chasing drama. Loud pipes, blacked-out finishes, club-style fairings, bikes that look like they're ready for a bar fight at any moment. The Softail Deluxe? It's not loud. It's not trying to flex. It just rolls up looking smooth, calm, and effortlessly cool. And that quiet confidence? It's not getting the attention it deserves right now. But give it 5 years and collectors will be calling it a gem. Because when the hype fades, style always survives. And the Softail Deluxe has that in spades. If you're the kind of rider who appreciates clean lines and timeless design, this bike isn't just a good buy. It's a future classic waiting to be rediscovered. Now here's a shocker because you probably didn't expect to hear this one. Number 1, Harley CVO Limited 2019-2020 range. The Harley CVO Limited. Yeah, a full-blown custom vehicle operations bike. The top-tier model and the best of the best. And it's not selling. Believe it. We're talking about the 2019 to 2020 range specifically. These bikes were loaded. Heated grips, big infotainment system, factory custom paint. The biggest engine Harley had at the time. You didn't just ride this bike, you arrived on it. But here's what happened. These bikes were priced sky high out of reach for the average rider. And now that more of them are popping up on the used market, they're no longer rare enough to turn collectors' heads either. So they're just sitting. They're sitting in listings, in showrooms, and even in garages of people who thought they'd be investment pieces. But here's where it gets really interesting. Prices are dropping fast. If you want everything on a bike, heated grips, a big stereo, a massive motor, this is your moment. You can now buy a full decked-out CVO for the same price people are paying for base-level touring models. It might not be the coolest Harley to post on Instagram, but in terms of raw value, you're getting the entire catalog for half the price. This isn't just a good deal, it's a flex. If you're smart enough to grab it before the crowd catches on. Which one of these Harleys would you bet on? Is there a forgotten gem in this lineup, or did Harley just build a collection of bikes no one really asked for? Drop your pick in the comments. Whether you've ridden one, owned one, or walked away from one, I want to hear what the reviews didn't say. Real riders, real stories, that's what keeps this community rolling. And hey, don't go far. Because next time, we're getting into more Harley truths that most people aren't talking about yet. Whether it's hidden value, bikes that got overlooked, or models that might make a comeback, you'll want to be here for it. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it when it drops.